Good evening. Today's been kind of a lazy day, haven't really done much, but I did do a quick hair wash last night after having my hair done. Whenever I get my hair done, they typically, my hairdresser will do bleach, and obviously to get the lighter blonde, and so I find that for me, after I get my hair done, obviously the blonde parts of my hair are kind of crispy and dry, and so I'll do one of two things. Either I will come home, even though they style it and it always looks so nice when I'm done, I will shampoo and then let the conditioner set in, or do a hair mask just to kind of, you know, freshen it up a little bit, get rid of that dryness, add some moisture to it. Or I will give it a couple of days, usually 3 days or so, without any dry shampoo or anything like that, for my hair to develop some natural oil to naturally kind of add some moisture to my hair. So it had been about 3 days, 2 or 3 days since I had my hair done. So I did a shampoo last night, did a deep condition, I let it sit on there. I didn't do a hair mask this time. I just let the conditioner sit there while I did my face care and all that stuff, my skincare. And so I haven't done anything with it today. It's just been in this pony. So I thought while it was still kind of on day one, I would add some dry shampoo. So I'm going to add this dry shampoo in. Again, I let my dry shampoo sit for about 10 minutes or so, and then I blow dry it out. And then I also have this stuff. I'm going to give it a shot. It's called Pantene Hot Mama, and it's heat activated hair refreshing spray. I don't necessarily need it to refresh my hair, but it does protect your hair against thermal heat damage. I did have some spray. I'm now out of it for heat protectant for my hot tools. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and do a quick hair refresh. I'm probably gonna just flat iron real quick, just because if I don't flat iron like the first day or so, my hair gets all weird and wonky and in different directions from my hair scrunchy, and you know, also kind of picks me up a little bit. I'm kind of having a blah day, haven't done anything all day. We got a cold a couple of days ago, so we've all been kind of fighting it. I'm on like day 3 of it, off and on sore throat. My husband has it. He actually called out of work yesterday, which he doesn't normally do. And then our 15-year-old Noah also has it, and he hasn't felt well all weekend. I did make him go to school today, and he wasn't happy about it, but we're getting snow tonight and tomorrow and Wednesday, and so he'll more than likely get at least a snow day out of it. And so I didn't want him to miss the entire week, because there's a teacher workshop on Thursday, and so he won't have school that day, and I don't want him to fall behind, so we won't tell him, but I ignored his "can I please come home" text message. Alright, so that's in. I just spray it in a couple sections on the front and the back. It's never the same spot. I just kind of get the same amount on each side. I do find with this that the powder shows up a lot in my hair, and so blow drying that out is especially important, because I don't want big clumps of powder throughout my hair. So I'm gonna massage that in, let that sit, and then I will come back in about 10 minutes or so, and we'll blow dry it out, and then we'll flat iron today. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. While I was waiting, I was making fresh baked bread. I have 3 fresh loaves that just came out of the oven, and they smell so good. I'm doing a lot of baking for those who don't know me. I had a hysterectomy about 3.5 weeks ago. I'm out of work for another 8 days or so. I'm going to go back a week early. They wanted me out for 6 weeks, but I'm going to go back with restrictions for a week. I'm very restless. I am typically a very busy person, so not being able to do anything at home has been very hard for me to do. I've been finding little things like cooking and baking to do. It's just not enough to expel all of the energy that I have. I've been trying to work out with modifications because obviously I have a lifting restriction, but it's very easy to overdo it, and so I'm really excited for my 6-week mark to be here and kind of be out of the woods and, you know, hopefully be completely healed at that point so I can resume normal activity, because it's been very challenging to not overdo it. So yeah, I made some fresh baked bread, made some pumpkin donuts. I'm going to make a couple of reels, post them on my Facebook page, and post them on my TikTok. If you don't follow me on TikTok, I will post that link down there, or my TikTok username, so you can find me. That's where I've been posting all of my baking stuff and my random workouts and, you know, fun stuff like that. I'm trying really hard to just stay busy, which is part of why I created this channel. So it's going to be kind of loud. I'm going to just do a quick blow dry, blow out any of the excess powder, and then we will just do a quick flat iron. That's about all I'm doing tonight. I did find a cute little makeup routine that I've been kind of playing with it, and I've learned some kind of tips and tricks just by watching various videos. So hopefully tomorrow I'll hop on, probably tomorrow afternoon, and show you what those are. And we'll do one together. That would be fun. So bear with me for just a second. There's that. So I'm gonna spray it while it's still messy, and then brush, because I don't want to try and flat iron with it like this. It gets tangled very easy. It's very messy. So but while it's all kind of construed, I'm just gonna kind of do a quick spray. I don't want to add too much moisture. It's really hard to flat iron with your hair wet, and that seems to be letting out like a lot of, it's my first time using that. It smells good, hopefully it works good, but it's letting out a lot of liquid. Usually it's just a light mist, and I can do it several times. I love having fresh, clean hair. I can imagine if my hair were longer, I probably wouldn't be saying that, because I actually used to have really long hair for a very, very long time. I've only had short hair for maybe 2 years, and other than that, it's been really long, 2 or 3 years. And actually, I've been seeing the same hairdresser for so long that when I went to have my hair cut short, I went in and I said, just cut it off. And he said, are you sure you want to do that? And I said, yeah. I said, just cut it off. He's like, okay, Alicia, if that's what you want to do. He's like, but I just want to make sure, because I've always kept it long. And he had so much fun, but it came out so nice, and he did such a nice job. And I've come to appreciate how easy it is to maintain short hair, because washing really long hair and then drying it and flat ironing it is such a pain in the neck. So I'm going to go ahead and section this up and just kind of pin it up. Again, the undercut is the hardest part for me to get. And honestly, let me see if I can pin up another layer and then do the undercut first, because everything else is so easy. So yeah, I've been out of work for a couple weeks. It's very frustrating, but I can tell you that I feel so much better, and I don't know why I didn't do it a long time ago. Well, I can tell you, my husband and I were trying to have a baby for a long time, and it just didn't work, but eventually the pain from the endometriosis got to be too much, and now I just, oh, it's so nice. It's so relieving. I really have had minimal symptoms of menopause, which is great because I was concerned about that. The insomnia is probably the worst for me, but most of that is probably because I'm not getting out all of the energy that I have on days where I decide I'm going to have a rest day or just relax and do nothing. I have a really hard time sleeping after. Even if while I'm resting and relaxing I feel like that's the right choice, I know it's not. I have to do something. Go for a walk, do some cleaning, something. So I haven't done a ton. Like I said, I'm trying to not overdo it. It's very easy. I did a workout, I don't know, last week I think. It's been about 4 or 5 days since I've worked out because I did a workout and I modified it. I didn't think that I did that much, but I was very uncomfortable for several days. A lot of pain, and so I just, not pain where I needed to take a pain medicine, but just a lot of really uncomfortable cramping. Cramping after a hysterectomy is not something that you want, and my doctor was very clear that if I overdid it, I would know I overdid it, and if I started heavy bleeding, then I needed to skip his office and go right to the emergency room. So I'm trying really hard to be careful because I don't want to end up in surgery again. I do have to say that it was a pretty good surgery. It was, I mean, not good. No surgery is good, but considering all of the other surgeries that I've had about 10 abdominal surgeries. This was probably the easiest of all of them. And everybody's pain tolerance is different, and it could just be that I was in so much pain for so long with the endo that it was more relieving than anything. The first 2 days I think were the worst, but yeah, it was pretty good. So yeah, I'm just sectioning this off. You don't have to use this. I just happen to have these hair clips. These came with the curling wand with the 5 attachments that I used in my last video. And then I bought some to have on hand to do different hairstyles. So I just happen to have them. I also have hair clips. These are fun to use too if you want to section those off. It does make it a little easier, but it's not required. Sometimes I flat iron upstairs in my bedroom. The bathroom mirror isn't working, and so sometimes after I get dressed in the morning to go to work, I'll just plug my flat iron in real quick. And I don't use the hair clips upstairs. I just kind of flip everything over, do one side, work all the way over, and then I do the back. Everybody's different. So yeah, my curling iron is nice and hot. This, thankfully, I can adjust the temperature on. This is Lange. This brand is kind of pricey. I have let me get it. I think I mentioned this in one of my videos, but this is a Reese Witherspoon flat iron. My husband found it on clearance for like $3. This one works just as well, and actually this is my bedroom flat iron. We were cleaning our room yesterday and I was trying to clean up. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that, my husband was calling. I didn't know why. Yeah, so anyways, it was relatively easy surgery. Flat iron, like I said, that's what I was talking about. I couldn't remember what I was talking about. This one, I was working 3 jobs in Montana and wanted to do something to kind of, you know, make myself feel better for working 800 hours a week. And I had long, beautiful hair, again, long hair. And so I had seen somebody use this and how easy it was, and so I splurged and bought it, and honestly, this Reese Witherspoon $3 one is just as good as this one. But now that I have it, I'm using it. It also came in this bundle with this heat. Oh yeah, here's my heat shield, but it's almost gone. I didn't think I still had that. And the oil that I was using in my curl video right here, this high nourishing gloss for shine, that came in that. And then my curling wand, I have a 1-inch curling wand that also came as part of all of that. And so I've been using this since then. I need to get some flat iron cleaner because you can see all the hair product kind of built up around it. It needs to be cleaned. But yeah, this doesn't have to be expensive, I promise. So yeah, I'm just pinning it up, grabbing pieces of hair, running through it like so, nice and slow. I think I mentioned in my last video that I like to kind of curl up just a little bit when I go down, and that's just because my hair naturally curls in. It's just going to be a hot mess tomorrow when I wake up anyways, but for right now, it'll make me feel better. I feel like I did something today other than sit around in my pajamas. And to be completely real with you, I am still in my pajamas. This is my nightgown. I threw a sweatshirt over, threw sweatpants over that, and when I've been home, I've just been in my nightgown, but if I have to leave, I've had to leave a couple times today to just run my future, hopefully, daughter-in-law to work and then our son to school, and then he was going to walk home and then decided he didn't want to walk and needed me to pick him up. So I've had to go out like 3 separate times today, and I've literally just thrown something on over. So I'm going to shower and put fresh pajamas on soon. When I do that, I'll just clip my hair up so it doesn't get wet where I've just flat ironed it, because if I don't, my hair is naturally curly. So it'll get all curly and then I'll just have to do this all over again tomorrow. So tomorrow I'd like to do a hair video. I think I might do that. Try a new hairstyle of some sort. I'm probably going to fail at it 1,000 times, but we'll record the whole thing and we'll go through it together. And then I definitely want to show you the makeup routine that I've been doing. I'm still not used to wearing makeup consistently, so I haven't been doing it every day. But it is a quick everyday makeup if you're used to wearing it, or you want to learn to get used to wearing it, I guess. It's definitely a learning curve for me. The eyeshadow piece of it I'm still trying to figure out. But yeah, it was fun. It was quick. It was easy. It didn't take me long. I've done it a couple of times. Initially, I didn't think it looked very good because, again, I don't normally wear makeup. So I second-guessed myself, which is unfortunate. I shouldn't do that, but I do all the time. Okay. So yeah, I'm really excited to go back to work. Everyone in my department is just really antsy for me to get back. So a little bit about myself. Sorry, I left my... Okay, sorry. The dog was barking and I didn't want you to have to listen to that because he's really annoying and he keeps going. I work at Walmart. I am a salaried manager, and I won't tell you what Walmart because that's not important to put on YouTube. But I work at Walmart. Walmart for us was originally a kind of stepping stone. We moved back to Maine. We are from Maine originally. And we moved out to Montana to be closer to my in-laws. And stayed out there for a few years. We were out there from 2017 to 2020, so 3 years just about. And we had come back to visit in 2019 and just realized that, you know, my parents were getting older. My dad's not in the greatest health. He won't tell you that. So we came out, we bought him a smartphone, made sure he was on crash. You know, he just would never tell you that he wasn't great. He would never say that to you. As far as you know, nothing's wrong. So yeah, nobody was checking on him. It was the middle of winter. I was afraid he was going to fall and nobody was going to know that he had fallen. You wouldn't have his phone. Half the time we couldn't get in touch with him because his phone wasn't working. And so anyways, we decided that here was where we needed to be. So we moved back, moved our kids with us as much as they didn't want to come back because they loved Montana, and we loved Montana too. It was beautiful out there. We had family there, but you know, they're in a better spot than my dad was. So we came back, and so we needed a job. We were going to stay with my dad for a while, but we still needed a job. We still needed money. And so we went to Walmart. It was the first place to offer us a job. I hadn't moved my CNA certification back from Montana to Maine. And so we took the job, and it was literally just going to be temporary until something else better came up. And then we both loved the work that we were doing, and we loved the people that we were working with, and ultimately decided to stay there. So, you know, fast forward a year later, my husband got a promotion, and initially I was told I could stay in the department. I would just have to work in a different part of the department. And then they changed that and told me I needed to move, which I was obviously very upset about because I had obviously my husband and we had always worked together, and then, you know, friends that I had made. But it was fine. I moved over to Deli Bakery and I hated it. Mostly because I like to be busy, and most people just like to show up to work and do what they're required to do and nothing extra. However, what we were required to do didn't fill the amount of time that we had during the day, so I was always cleaning and like doing other things while my coworkers were like hanging out and leaning on counters and taking hour bathroom breaks. It was really frustrating, but there's a process to handling things like that, and so it's not an instant, let's just fire this person for standing around doing nothing. So I continued to just do what I needed to do, make sure that our department was running, and then in the interim, while I was trying to put in for another position, I put my name out there for a management position, thinking, you know what, I'm the only one that can change my path here. If this is what I want to do, you know, this is what I'm gonna do. So I put my name in, not thinking that I would ever get it. I thought I was gonna be stuck in Deli Bakery until I found another job. But then that manager happened to approach me, had heard really good things about my work ethic, and so not standing around leaning on counters worked out for me. I promise people are paying attention even when they say they're not, or when you think that they're not. People are paying attention and they know who you are. Everyone in the store knew who I was, and I didn't know any of them. But I just put my nose down, did my work, did what was expected of me, went above and beyond, mostly to keep myself sane, but still. And that worked out really well. So yeah, I interviewed, promoted. Because my husband and I were on the same level, we were both hourly managers. We were able to stay and work in the store, which worked out really well because he would come help me and I would go help him. And then again, about a year later, decided that I wanted more out of my position. As an hourly manager, I got really frustrated at my salary managers because I didn't feel like I was supported. And so I wanted more for my coworkers. I wanted my coworkers to have somebody that they could rely on, somebody that they could trust, somebody who would help them and develop them. And I taught myself a lot of things. I learned some things from salaried, the managers that I had, but for the most part, I taught myself everything I knew. And so I wanted to help my coworkers. And so I applied for a salary manager position and got it, which was exciting. So I started as a stocking coach and then quickly promoted to, or I shouldn't say promoted because it's the same level, but I went from stocking 1, which is one of the easier positions to start off as a coach. I was there like 4 months maybe, just really starting to learn my team and how they operate, and trying to staff my team because we didn't have a whole lot of staff on my team when I first started. So I got it all filled up and we were doing really well, growing together, and then they asked me if I would go to online grocery, and I had started my career in online grocery, so I knew the business, but I knew the business in a picker or an order fulfillment role and not as a salaried manager role. So it's a whole lot different. You have to know a whole lot of the metrics and the information and how the business runs and all of that stuff. And so reluctantly said yes, but I was really excited to kind of get back over there and help that team, because at that point they weren't doing very well. They were gradually failing. People were quitting or moving departments, and just, it wasn't good. So my husband, because I promoted to salaried and he was still hourly back before I took that, when I was in Stockton, had to move to a different store. And so he moved to his store, and then 3 months later promoted to salary, so that worked out well. I moved over to online grocery, and I have been there since. So I've been there almost a year. I just hit my year mark as a salaried manager, which is really exciting. I love my team. I absolutely love my team. I love my job. And they're really struggling without me there, and it's really hard because I want to be there and I want to do stuff for them, but I can't. I can only do so much from home. So I'm just trying to kind of get them through it and do what I can on my end from here, in hopes that they'll hold it together until I get back. So I'm really excited to go back to work. 8 more days, pretty pumped. So, alright, so we got through that. Flat iron. Usually I'll just do a quick brush through. The back is really hard to see, so I usually go by feel. But again, it feels really good. I do have to say that this, sometimes after I flat iron, it kind of feels a little dry. But this seemed to help. This Hot Mama, as messy as it was, seemed to help a little bit, and it does smell good. Not that the dry shampoo doesn't, because that also smells good. So yeah, so fresh, clean, flat iron. I like to just flat iron one day. It's kind of like my eye is really itchy, I'm sorry. Blank canvas, and then I can kind of do what I want with it. So right now we are starting fresh. It's nice and clean. It looks good. He did a really good job doing my hair. Every time I go, we get a little lighter with it, so we're getting there. So I went a little darker on the roots, and then went a little lighter with the blonde. And so when I go back, we'll do the same dark color, but we'll go again lighter with the blonde. So yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna end the video with this tonight. Just flat ironing, nothing major, nothing big. Note to self, shut that off. The last video I did, I forgot to shut this off, and then 3 hours later I went to play around with makeup with our adopted daughter. You're gonna meet her. She's gonna come over and do some makeup with us. But she came over to show me some eyeshadow looks, and to kind of see the makeup routine that I did to make myself feel better about it, because she does her makeup every day. So she came over to hang out with me for a little while, which was nice. We got to hang out. But yeah, this was still on, so I left it on for a solid 3 hours. Nobody knows, except for you. No, don't tell anyone. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna leave it at that for tonight, and then like I said, tomorrow I think I'm gonna come back and do some kind of hairstyle. I'm not sure what yet. I will tell you when I come back tomorrow, and then we'll do some makeup. We'll talk to you a little bit about work, home, yeah, whatever you want to talk about. Any ideas, let me know.